Hello everyone, Mappy here, and you might notice that I have full health. Sadly I could not get another health thing. I didn't actually... Okay, so in the sense of full disclosure, it turns out that Monster World 4 has a debug menu. And one of the things that the debug menu lets you do... In fact, I will show it to you. So what you need to do is hold A, C, and start on the second controller, which I have mapped to my keyboard. And then you need to hold B and start on your main controller. Now, the scene selection is what I ended up doing. I noticed that this was scene C2, and the area where I last saved is scene 1-9, so I teleported there. This is your X and Y position on the screen, and this is the entrance, the last entrance you came through. Now, when I found out about this debug menu, what I didn't find out about was what any of these numbers referred to. Because there is no such information on the internet, apparently. I'm not going to be the one who goes through and writes it all down, but I am very thankful that they left the debug menu in the game, because I basically was finding any excuse not to run through all of that again. So I need to kill the final boss on just 22 hit points. Alright. I saved a state right before this, so this should be doable. Hopefully. Dear Lord, I hope so. Foolish mortals! You dare rise against us once more? Surrender is your only option. It is because of you, hero incarnate, that the legend shall repeat. However, this shall be the last time. Come, my minions, slay this puny mortal. Dun dun dun. And we have to beat up these guys for being jerks. This is for tainting the town and making people jerks. Like, honestly, that's the main... Yes! We purify the Pepes! We make them good again! We remove their curse! Be free! Be free, cursed Pepes! Be free! Alright. And I feel way more confident about this just because of all the extra hit points. Though you bear grave wounds, still you insist on defying us? You humans are truly foolish creatures. Very well. If you are so eager to die, I shall turn you to stone for all eternity. Guy has like pulsing whatevers. I think I'm just hitting the eyes here. Oh, that's nonsense. Oh, okay. I'm wiggling, I'm pressing all the buttons. Okay, that's basically a... What am I supposed to do to avoid that, I wonder? Again, I appreciate that I made a decision. Oh, thank God. You knocked me out of that immediately. This is one of those times where I wish this game had a boss health bar on the bottom of the screen. Nope! There we are. I also wish the eyeballs didn't constantly avoid me. If they are. Am I, like, supposed to be focusing on one of them? Is that what the game's laying down? If so, I'm doing a terrible job at it. And again, I came in here with, like, full health. Pepe! If you were, like, half a second sooner! Pepe, my friend! No! Pepe! Wait. I just realized, everyone. I will be back in a sec. Okay, everyone. So, as you might notice, I'm in the ground right now. On a lighter note, I did go grab a health medicine. Oh no. I'm going to see if I can fix this by using the debug menu. Give me another sec. This is the side effect of using the darkest of magic to try to finish a game. And there we are. I just needed to fix my Y position. You can save a state, then go in. So basically, okay. So just before we go in, I know I have been, like, hardcore cheating using the debug menu here. You'll have to let me know about that, or how you feel about that in the comments. My main limitation that I've set myself is I'm basically pretending... or I'm basically using it to pretend that I, like, went through this entire level perfectly. Which, as you saw in the previous video, I didn't. Or, yeah, yeah, the previous video. I'm not going to tag this on the end of that one. That one was already, like, over 30 minutes long, and included a lot of whinging. But yeah, so basically I did that because, again, I was going to have to play through the level anyway, and that would have caused me infinite pain. I hope people aren't, like, too angry about that. I will probably... Okay, so there's one game that I've been thinking of doing where I would be doing it entirely using the debug menu, because the debug menu for that game is hilariously extensive. But that's not this one. And that is a conversation for another day. Right now, we have to go fight Fear Incarnate. Except this time I have a healing item, so I can ignore this guy's damage. You know, surrender would be my only option if I wasn't, cheating through all of this. Fear Incarnate. Asha is the one. She is Neo. Neo is Asha. I noticed this... I will say, okay, I noticed that this game does have an absolute love for flying enemies that, like, move away from you. I think that's, dirty pool, but who am I to judge? Especially now when I am calmer, due in part to being a very, very cheap cheater. Do I have any regrets about not doing it legitimately? No, not particularly. I have saved us all an immense amount of pain through the magic of a debugging function. I was about to say emulators, but no, it's not an emulator feature. It is quite literally a debug function that was never taken out. Which, that's actually mighty sloppy, I will say. Because again, usually the way you would design that is that you would have something set up to disable that for production. Oh well, I don't know if that's how they do it in video games, in the video game business. But when I was working in software, like, you had stuff that didn't make it into the production copy. And it was very important that it didn't make it in the production copy. There's Pepe! I didn't even need the healing medicine this time. Who are you? Move! I can't see! I said move! If you don't, I'll turn you to stone! No, Pepe! Eat shit, you giant monster. Eat shit for hurting Pepe. I apparently can't hate the queen anymore because she was just mind controlled by one of your minions. But I can hate you. Yes, I would like to use the drugs. And if you're wondering where I got them from the treasury. Because it basically, funnily enough, the entire rest of the game thinks we're in the post-game right now. If I teleport there. This can't be! I am defeated by a mere mortal, a single puny human? No! And the boss goes Technicolor. No, Pepe! Pepe, please! Poor Pepe. Monster World 4. Staff. AKA the people who I will blame so hard, are Nishizawa. What were you thinking? Yeah, Asha, I don't blame you. Pepe sacrificed himself. Pepe has died twice in this game. Are Toriyama and Mozora. Yeah, Queen, this is all partially your fault. Get that... Okay, I guess that the Pepe is good now. Oh my god. Though, I will say, those are some fresh new clothes, Asha. I don't think they're good enough looking to make up for Pepe's death, but at the same time, that was a pretty good looking outfit. I really hope that we get to wear that when we're running around in the post-game. Perfect Mie. Yui. So one thing I do think might have been possible is it might have been possible when I jumped through the hole to get to the new level. If I had held right. How much longer will you continue to pray? It'll get you nowhere. That blue Pepe Le Goo will never return. I don't know, Pepe has died at least once. He's already gone to a faraway place. Cheer up. Don't let it get you down. Excuse me. You must live your life. The life he gave to you. It's time for you to forget. Oh. What's this? It appears. Your prayers have at long last been granted. For a second there, I thought she was standing up to slap him. For saying that he's gonna forget Pepe. And yeah, Pepe! Pepe is so huge. I love how huge Pepe is. It makes me very happy. Yes, we go home, and there is Pepe. As big as a house. I will say, not having to go through the entire level has way, way improved my mood about this game. And so, our tale draws to an end. Asha was victorious. Peace had returned to Monster World. You know, happily ever after, and all that. It is all thanks to your amazing gameplay. Yeah, this is the end of the Monster World series. Or is it? It actually is, yeah. At least my work is done for now. What? You'll miss me? Well, if you wish hard, perhaps I'll pay you a visit in your dreams. See you in Lullaby Land. Well, sayonara. I hope I do not dream about you, Genie. You terrify me a little. So I wonder, is there a post-game, or... Because, okay. If not, I will show you elsewhere. Okay, so we're gonna go back here. I wonder, if I load the save, is it gonna load before I get to the boss? So here? Okay, so it is gonna load before I get to the boss. Alright, we've beat the game, so I might as well show you. If we use our mighty trick, I'm actually going to leave the menu up this time. Mostly because I just want to show you that there actually is dialogue, which implies to me that there is a way of basically going around the hole, which I just didn't notice. Yeah, I drop in here, these guys go, "The one who controlled the wizards yet remains! Okay, you must stop this evil!" Okay, so now they're telling me, oh, you gotta beat up the guy. I'm so glad that your friend's back. Our prayers paid off. Yeah, and as you can see, the statue's all nice. I can save if I wanted to. And part of the reason why I think that it's fixed is, first of all, I can go in here, and yes, we'll talk to the people outside shortly. We can run up to talk to her. What happened to me? It's all a blur. I don't remember a thing. By the way, you have a gold bar with you. If you like, I'll buy it from you. How about 5,000 G each? Yes. Thank you. So, like, this implies to me that there is a post-game. I'm actually going to sell all these, and then I will get back to you guys. Alright, so that should be all of that. Now, bear in mind that I could have, when I was coming back, I could have gone through and done this, really. You saved us, didn't you? Thank you. Our minds were nearly overcome by darkness. I think they were fully overcome with darkness, lady. It seems our minds were controlled by the black pepper lagoons. It was so awful. Yeah. Let's just talk to the couple, see if we can finish out this little side quest. Oh, you're back! I'm sorry. I heard I'd been pretty hard on you. My wife chewed me out really good for that. I'll reduce my prices to make up for it. Well, not a bad selection, huh? Actually, all of it is worse than our current equipment. And we're gonna get an opportunity to get something much nicer in a moment. Welcome, welcome! My husband is back to his old self. I heard a wondrous song, and suddenly those black pepper lagoons vanished, and my husband returned to normal. I was so relieved. Thanks for saving us. Oh, and by the way, which one do you like? And again, they don't sell me any new shields. However, someone does sell me new equipment. Is it the mild-mannered shopkeep over here? No. Oh, happy day. I heard the queen has snapped out of it. I knew you were a great warrior. We can now sleep easy knowing that we're safe. What? There are still many enemies afoot? This is terrible. Give him a swift kick in the rear for me. I'm counting on you. So yeah, he gave up on the whole merchant life because he thinks it's boring or whatever. Because sure, why not? But yeah, like, bear in mind that, like, I could have gone and talked to all these people off screen, and it actually does matter in one case. Oh, hello, are you a true hero? No? Ruin! Ruin! The day of ruin's nigh! Okay, let's see what happens if we say yes. Yes? Really? Yes. So then, I can take this pot off my head? Yes. It's hard to believe. And yet she does not take the pot off her head. Lady, please, you are free. The kids are happy, but more importantly, this asshole's back. Ah, you're looking well as usual. Look, I finally found it. The legendary item set. Legendary sword, strength plus 8. So yeah, this stuff is, the good stuff. In fact, I'm gonna buy some of this stuff, mostly so I can just be like, hey, I have the best thing. It's amazing! And I might as well buy the big sword. So, you know what else I just realized? You know what we have, like, never used throughout the course of the entire game? Which is the magic lamp. You shouldn't rely on others too much. Yeah, the magic lamp is like, hey, I can teleport you back to town, and I'm feeling like an idiot now. I mean, granted, I would have had to go through the entire dungeon again, but I could have teleported to town to heal and maybe buy things. But that never occurred to me. But anyway, I'm just gonna heal up so that we can see the full double bars in all their glory. And I would like you to bear in mind that if I'd actually been able to talk to the debug merchant, what the debug merchant would have done is he would have given me a fair whack of money, and he would also have been selling the legendary set. However, his version of, I believe it was the legendary sword, had a thing where you could poke it in the menu and you would get Pepe early. Like, Pepe would be glitched. Like, if you tried to use Pepe to, like, put out fires or whatever, the game would break, but you could get an early Pepe to, like, try out the double jump or whatever. And I'm really sad. Like, okay, I think it was a wasted potential. After the credits, they should have given you a moment to run around as Asha in her, like, fancy new I'm the hero clothes. Because, yeah. I will say that one of the things that I did see at least one complaint about was, oh, she doesn't, like, get a new, like, basically the whole, oh, her armor doesn't reflect on her sprite, which, look, this is a Genesis game. And if I remember correctly, this is, like, a relatively early one? Actually, no. I'm wrong. This is, like, end of life Genesis. I should hush my mouth. But yeah. So, alright, while I have a captive audience of all these people praying, I might as well actually, they're praying to me! I might as well just give you my thoughts about the game. So, elephant in the room, first of all, is the massive difficulty spike in the last couple levels. And I can see why they did it. It's actually a really, like, the mechanical progression of this game is actually really interesting. As you probably noticed, as Pepe got larger, so in the first two levels where we had Pepe, in the first one, Pepe, like, was basically just, like, a little bit of a hover, but Pepe was pretty light, so I moved at full speed while holding Pepe. In the second one, I actually slowed down a little bit, like a tiny little bit, but I had, like, a little bit more of a double jump, and of course Pepe got the ability to put out fires, and it was great. We love it. The third level was really, the ice pyramid was really interesting in that I don't know if this really was apparent from just watching the game. I actually couldn't move if I was holding Pepe. Like, I had a lot of control in the air, but as soon as I hit the ground, I could not move. And then, like, that felt like a really interesting way of doing a progression, adding challenge. But then when they took away Pepe, suddenly I have a button on my controller that doesn't do anything. And as I pointed out before, I feel like that level, the Sky Palace, is just, for whatever reason, it's an increase in platforming difficulty. Like, it almost feels like that point in the game, like, I think it would have still been pretty tricky if I had had Pepe, but since I didn't have Pepe, well, that was a non-starter on my part. Just getting absolutely tossed around. And in general, it's that I think part of it is again, just losing a tool always feels harsh. But it feels extra harsh when you have an uptick in difficulty. And you heard me last time with my deep anger at the design concept of here is a half-hour-long gauntlet with no opportunities to heal. I hope you brought enough healing items. Especially since we didn't exactly warn you this was going to be a long gauntlet of enemies without any healing. But besides those two levels being unfortunately punishing, I really liked Monster World 4. It always feels kind of awkward to say, like, oh, I like this game after a part of it literally had me sobbing. Oh yeah, no, if you thought those sounds I was making during the, first Sky Palace video were fake, or that I was just, playing that up, no. No, I was actually, those were moans of legitimate agony. Mostly emotional, thankfully. But, it's a game with quite a bit of charm. As we look at Asha right here, she is cute as a button. And has amazing animations. Pepe is similarly fantastic. Freaking love Pepe. I am still very, very pleased at how large Pepe got. Though I wish we could have, summoned Pepe. Still whistled for him to come and just had, just rode around on Pepe the Gentle Giant. I would have loved that. But neither here nor there. I also feel I like the. I would guess almost Persian inspired stuff. I feel like this aesthetic is generally not used enough in video games. I wish more settings would, more games would go oh yeah, here we are running around, and this is just what everyone looks like in our fantasy world. Thought the plot was pretty nice. Okay, so the plot wasn't the deepest thing, but, it was, appropriately heavy for a game that basically it's okay, you hop back in town every so often and you get an update to the plot. Especially compared to Shining Soul 2, where basically they cared a lot more about the plot than they really should have. This one, they cared about the plot about as much as they really could, and it also really helps that it was it's a mystery where everyone's getting a new pet, and it turns out the pets are evil, and they make everyone into jerks. It's a very simple plot. It's a very, okay, what is the villain's ultimate plan here kind of plot, but still. Nothing pretending this is a big battle between light and darkness. No, this is just four wizards selling shady magical pets to people so they can have power or whatever. Apparently, under the orders of a big eyeball demon far below the surface, it's right underneath the palace. Honestly, I think the queen should have picked somewhere else to put the palace, but I think I'm digressing right now. I would suggest if anything you saw in this game looks interesting, I would suggest looking for the remake. which I believe is called Asha in Monster World. Because hopefully, and I don't know this for a fact, but hopefully it fixes my main mechanical gripe with this game, where due to the controller being, 3 buttons, and all 3 buttons being used for jump, slash, and call Pepe to do the thing, there's no button for running. Like, I believe I complained multiple times about how awkward the running is in this game. And part of that, I think, is because my fingers aren't really used to double tapping. Also, part of it might be the controller I'm using. But, I don't know, it feels kind of awkward. It feels kind of... Like, as you probably noticed while we were playing, sometimes, I would pull out the shield when I didn't want to. Sometimes I would start running without wanting to. Sometimes I wouldn't run when I wanted to. And I think all that's because that was tied to the D-pad. And I don't know, maybe my controller's D-pad is just terrible. Or maybe my left hand is just the worst. I don't know. But anyway, I will be playing something different next time we speak. I'm actually not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing, because as of the time I am recording this, I think I just uploaded the 4th episode of Monster World. Yeah, I kind of record this stuff a little in advance. So, that was... By the time you're watching this, that was what? 2.5 months ago? So, who knows? I'll figure out something else to play in the interim. And hopefully it'll be fun. Hopefully people will watch it and go, yes, I enjoy this. Carry on with the production of the videos, Mappy, my friend. And I will comply. I mean, I will continue to make the videos even if no one in the world cares. In which case, I will sometimes look up and question why I'm actually uploading the videos, but that is neither here nor there. Anyway, enough rambling from me. I'm just mostly excited that I finished this, and I am going to count it as a legitimate win, even using the debug menu to skip that level, because that level is nonsense, and I don't think it is. I don't think it's canon. Anyway. I'm Mappy, this has been Monster World 4, I hope you've enjoyed, and yeah, see you for whatever I do next.